Our next guest is launching a new security IP camera using relevant notifications and alerts. We're going to find out what all that means. He is the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer of a company called Hoop. Paul Zakrzewski. Paul, welcome back into Tomorrow. We've had you on with another company in the past.
Absolutely, Dave. I've been here a few times.
Yeah, and now it's all about Hoop. Tell me about the company Hoop, and then let's talk about the products.
Yeah, so the company Hoop, what we've done is we've created, it's another division of our company, and what we've done is basically created an IP camera system that we feel takes IP cameras to the next level. So one of the things that we did was we actually designed these cameras with the consumers in mind. We went out to consumers, we asked them a lot of questions about what do you like about systems, what don't you like about systems, and one of the things we got back overwhelmingly was the fact that people are getting way too many notifications. So with the Hoop itself, we can actually give you every notification you ever wanted, but you have control over that. And then what we said was what we want to do is bring relevant notifications to the party, if you will. Instead of just giving you a massive amount, you choose those notifications that you want and you choose how you get them. How Hoop actually works is we actually have a facial recognition system. So what it does is you set up profiles for family and friends, anybody that you want in your Hoop system. And with the facial recognition, what it allows is a number of different things to happen from there. Number one, you can set up smart alerts or reminders. So for instance, my favorite one is I have a Hoop camera right in my entrance hallway, and it says, I have it set up so when it sees me, it reminds me every Wednesday when Paul gets home after 7 o'clock to take out the trash.
Oh, good.
Because
that's your chore on Wednesdays.
I am notorious for not doing that. But what Hoop can do is it actually can remind you in 3 different ways. So what it can do is it has text-to-voice capability. So this is a speaker.
Okay.
So Hoop can actually
show that on camera here. Those of you watching at intotomorrow.com, if you're listening on the radio, visit us and see the videos, not only of Paul and the Hoop products, but of all of our guests here this week. All right, so there's a speaker here.
So Hoop can actually talk to me in its own voice, and it can say, Paul, take out the trash.
And you can say, mind your own business. You're just a tech device.
Exactly.
I love
Stop nagging me. and then the next thing what it does is it can text me. So it'll send a text to my phone, or through the Hoop app, I'll actually get a notification on the app. So either way, I will be notified one way or the other.
That's very cool. And again, you obviously have choices. So
Sure.
if you only want one of the 3, 2 of the 3, whatever it is.
Correct.
But the important thing is those important reminders, whether it's take out the trash or otherwise feed the dog, take care of otherwise things.
Right.
You have those options, and that's
Right.
pretty cool. And that's very different. And I like the fact that you can just put one of these, as you mentioned, right there in the hallway as you walk in the door.
Absolutely.
Now, does the same thing apply to maybe the kids after school?
Oh, 100%.
Kids do your
home from
homework,
school,
or
do your
you
homework.
take out the trash,
Right.
or
walk the dog, all
Right.
those different types of things. So literally when you set up a profile, with the system you can set up individual reminders for each profile. So if you have 20 people, 20 profiles, you can set up reminders for each and every one of them, and they can be completely different from each other.
Yeah.
The second thing that it actually does is it tells you when people that you know come into your home, and it'll actually let you know when people you don't know. So through the profiles,
I'm hoping people I don't know if they're coming in my home, that it's a whole lot more important
exactly.
than just kind of letting me know. I mean, now other things are going to take place.
Oh, there's no question about it. So with Hoop, I'll use this example. My daughter comes home from school with 3 of her friends.
Yeah.
Hoop will tell me that Victoria has arrived home, but then it'll also say, and I also see 3 faces I didn't recognize.
So it'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
Oh, that part I like. Okay.
So I immediately get on my phone
Yeah.
and take a look to see who she's brought home with her. But
Right.
but ultimately,
who is that boy?
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's it's like no. But also, if somebody comes in the house that you don't recognize, again, it could be a repair person or something. It might alert me, and it might say there's an unrecognized face. So I immediately can take a look. But it might be a repairman, it might be somebody else that my wife let in, or the UPS guy bringing something. So
Sure.
what you can do is you'll have a lot of those instances. And also sometimes you'll get, if somebody comes home and so my son has a hat on and he has his head down, it actually might tell me that, hey, there's an unknown person because it couldn't see his face.
Oh,
so when I
cool.
look at it, I can just say, yeah, that's no problem. I know who that is.
Yeah, you recognize the hat.
Yeah, I recognize the
or
hat.
you recognize the gait of your son who's walking in like,
Yeah.
hey, he doesn't care.
Yep. And then the third thing, which is actually very interesting, is that Hoop can actually tell you when something doesn't happen. And how that works is when you set up a profile, you actually set up a routine for each person. So we all have our routines, Monday through Friday. I get up at a certain time, I leave for work, I come home. And the example that I usually use here is my son will come home on the school bus at 3:30 in the afternoon. So normally I say, 3:30, maybe by 4 o'clock he'll be in the house, whatever. So I could set Hoop up, which I do, to tell me within that 30-minute period if my son is not seen coming into the house to send me a text. So what Hoop will do is if it doesn't see him, it sends me a text that says, it's now 4:01, Michael hasn't been seen yet. So what I can do is, obviously get on my phone and call and
like
find
Dad,
out
don't panic yet.
Right,
However,
did
this
you
might
miss the bus?
Right,
Did you,
exactly.
where are you?
Yeah.
So normally you find him playing out in the yard or in the neighbor's house or whatever it is, but
Sure.
normally it's normally pretty good.
And it's great when the kids know this at any age or any other person that is allowed in or out of your home, because they're going to know you'll be notified.
Exactly.
So if nothing else, okay, get home, get the homework going, then go out and throw the ball or do whatever.
Yep. And one of the great things about Hoop too is that it has all the great features of all of the security cameras that are out there. It has the night vision, it's 1080p. It has two-way communication, so it actually has the speaker in the back, a microphone in the front. So if I want to talk to somebody, all I have to do is press on the app, the voice button, and I can actually speak through the Hoop.
Nice.
And they can talk back to me. I can see them, but they can't see me.
And in real time, obviously,
real time,
you can
absolutely.
communicate. You mentioned also multiple colors, so you can
Yes.
match the decor
Yes.
of your home.
Yeah, so Hoop comes in 5 colors. It comes in a gray, a white, blue, green, and red. And then there's also 2 different models. So our initial launch, we're launching with a base model. This model actually is magnetic, so you can actually attach this to a wall, to the ceiling, just put it on, and then through the magnet you can position it so it stays firmly in place.
Okay, so yeah, if you need to just do anything with it and yet adjust it according, and it's a nice strong magnet, so you know it's not going to just fall off.
Absolutely.
Can they be mounted sideways or
Yes,
upside down
yes,
on a
and
ceiling,
you have the adjustments in the app to actually flip
to
it.
auto rotate or,
Yes.
or do what you got to do? Cool.
Yep.
And then this one, I'm guessing, maybe moves on its own, or you can control it.
Yeah,
or?
so this one is pan and tilt, so it has a 350-degree pan and a 90-degree tilt. So through the app, just by touching the image and sliding your finger, you can actually have the Hoop move in increments. So you can position it perfectly and see exactly what you want.
Yeah.
And if you want to just do a pan around the room, you can actually just move it and you can see what's in the room and move back.
Awesome.
So it actually gives you a lot of flexibility.
And what are we talking cost-wise and availability?
Yeah, so cost-wise, $89.99 for the small one,
Okay.
and $129.99 for the large one.
And
Availability is they're available right now. We just actually launched them, so they're available on our website, which is hoophome.com,
Okay.
and it's also available on amazon.com.
Oh, very good. So got some distribution going already. Do check out Hoop Home, Hoop home.com. And of course, we will link you there so you'll see what Paul and his team are up to on a regular basis. No doubt coming out with even more stuff, I'm sure, slightly into tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So you want to stay tuned for that. Hoophome.com. IntoTomorrow.com is where you'll find all of our interviews, and all of our radio interviews are also on video because we want you to see these cool products. So do check us out at your convenience, IntoTomorrow.com. I'm Dave Graveline, our 25th year here at CES in Las Vegas. We want to have more of everything you want to see when you visit us on the Advanced Media Network.